The results of the 2010 census are to be published later this week on Tuesday, the 15th of October. Word of this has come from the acting director of the Barbados Statistical Department, Aubrey Brown. Mr. Brown was speaking to the media on the sidelines of that department's 57th anniversary church service, which was held at the New Dimensions Ministries. He says the delay in publishing the results was due to a shortage of resources and staff.
It varied from limited technical staff. We had temporary staff which were hired for the census office to conduct the census and process the results. Unfortunately, because of the time span, the contracts for those temporary workers have come to an end. And we basically had to make use of some of our internal staff.
Well, this year, the Statistical Department will be hosting a month of activities to sensitize the public about statistics and their use. Mr. Brown says these sensitization activities are important, as many people are still reluctant to provide information to field researchers.
We would like to encourage the general population to provide information when requested by our department. When our field investigators are conducting surveys and they come to you, the public, for information, we would like to encourage you to cooperate as far as possible and provide the requested information. And this will go a long way in helping us to provide information on a timely basis.
Well, in other news tonight, the IMF, the International Monetary Fund, is projecting that Barbados will be the only Caribbean country not to record growth this year and in 2014. In its latest projections released on its website, the international body is predicting overall growth of 2.7% this year and 3.1% next year in Latin America and the Caribbean. Barbados, however, is projected to record negative growth of 0.8% in 2013 and negative growth of 1.1% for 2014. The next lowest predicted growth for 2014 is Grenada at 1.0. St. Lucia follows and Jamaica both with 1.3, and then Dominica at 1.5. Guyana has the highest projected growth in CARICOM at 5.8%. However, with respect to the Caribbean in particular, the IMF says fiscal, external and financial vulnerabilities remain significant in tourism-dependent economies. It adds that fiscal consolidation is inevitable, but will have to be supported by measures to address chronically weak competitiveness so as to unlock the region's growth potential. As the Royal Barbados Police Force gears up for its annual Operation Yuletide, which is designed to nip crime in the bud at Christmas, Acting Police Commissioner Tyrone Griffith has disclosed that there will be some adjustments to the initiative. He says these tweaks in the program are to accommodate issues that surface on a day-to-day basis in communities, including an apparent upsurge in the presence of high-powered assault weapons. Commissioner Griffith made the remarks at a press conference at his offices at Roebuck Street.
That will have its adjustments, but that operation will be rolled out as well. It will have its adjustments, obviously, to do a lot with the available funds to roll it out. But we see that there's high incidence of firearm-related crime. Obviously, we'll be putting strategies in place to deal with that aspect of it.
Well, the Commissioner has also urged his officers to strive to develop a harmonious relationship with customs and immigration officials at the ports of entry, since, in his view, this is in Barbados' national interest.
Obviously, we need a harmonious relationship at the airport. There's nothing to gain from division among our border agencies. I think there's much discussion currently between our department and that of Customs, and we are looking to work together to improve that relationship through stronger protocols as to what should obtain at the airport. It can only be a good thing if we work in harmony.
Well, the two men nabbed by police following a high-speed chase last Friday are still hospitalized. Police Public Relations Officer Inspector David Wells says the two men, whose identities have still not been revealed, are continuing to receive medical attention at the Queen Elizabeth Hospital. The two men sustained gunshot injuries following a police chase which ended at Lower Grays, Christchurch. At least one of the men is reportedly wanted for questioning in connection with a recent murder. A former cabinet minister in Barbados has thrown his full support behind calls to legalize marijuana for medicinal purposes. Hamilton Lashley believes it's a positive step that the debate has now moved to the regional level. He has praised the Prime Minister of St. Vincent, Dr. Ralph Gonsalves, for having the courage to raise the issue. Mr. Lashley, who first raised the issue on the floor of Parliament about 3 years ago, believes the time is now right for the debate. He says several places within the United States and elsewhere have changed their laws to allow for medicinal marijuana, and Barbados should at least give it consideration.
It is critically necessary that there should be a full-scale debate in the Parliament of Barbados on whether marijuana shall be legalized in Barbados for medicinal purposes. The other issues surrounding marijuana, like the economic issues and so on, is one too that Parliament would have to seriously take up, because there are many issues that surround this whole legalization and decriminalization of marijuana.
Well, Barbados is being told it needs to pay special attention to violence against children, including corporal punishment. The call is coming from UNICEF representative Kinshandi Lwin. She was speaking at a secondary school seminar to celebrate the 23rd anniversary of the ratification of the Convention of the Rights of the Child. The UNICEF representative says while it's not happening in the education system as much as it did before, it's still an issue because corporal punishment as a method is not effective in today's society. Meanwhile, Ernesta Drakes, the Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Social Care, Constituency Empowerment and Community Development, told the students they have a role to play in developing strategies to safeguard the rights of children.
Today you have the opportunity to offer suggestions and possible solutions to issues that are not child-friendly or are not in the child's best interests. To whom much is given, much is required. Today we are requesting your help so that we can move forward as a team in the promotion of child rights in Barbados.
Well, the Barbados Family Planning Association will be going into the schools to address issues of domestic violence. The president of the Family Planning Association, Jeff Curtin, revealed this while he was speaking to members of the media at DV South Winds Hotel.
To increase its reach to persons through contact with the Parents Teachers Association within schools, to educate parents about the services of the BFPA using the BFPA team members, to work with all teaching institutions to secure space in their programs, to place willing persons who might want to avail themselves to programs that would empower them to help themselves, to stage motivational sessions with speakers who will help persons to change their attitudes and actions, and to educate the public about its services that are available to them.